Steve and I were doing some planning for college with Matt Sanders, and he said to Steve, well, you only have 7 years left with Mary Catherine before she leaves. And that hit me like a ton of bricks. I realized I only have 7 years to have her in her heart be ready to face the world and then to raise a family and to teach them all the things I need her to know. And I started praying to God, God, what is it? What do I have to teach her? So then I got this panic of, oh, we've got to do so much. God, what is it? What is it that I've got to do? And he did what he does to me a lot of times, and that was say, shut up, Lori, and give it a minute. And I did. I shut up. So then once I was quiet for a minute, I heard from God, the only thing that Mary Catherine needs, the only thing Lily needs, the only thing Charlotte needs, is to just be in my will, to follow me. Simple as that. If they follow me, they'll marry the right person. If they follow me, they'll be in the right career. If they follow me, all that other stuff will fade away, and they will be okay.
Man, tell me what you want to be when you grow up.
Star Wars character.
A ballerina. I want to be a dentist.
I am going with an army man. My entire family goes into the army.
We've got to answer the question, what do we want our kids to be when they leave us? And that is followers of Christ, centered in His will. And once we got that answer, things became easier. That every time the children come to this building, there has to be an intention and a purpose to what we're doing. So I started looking at things we were already doing, Bible school, life groups. Well, our children's life groups are all about relationships. That's what we try to form when we're in life group. We try to teach our kids to love each other and to love the world around them. And so that piece was extremely important because Jesus was extremely relational. When we started with Wednesday nights, we have such a short time, but we've got to be together as a church family. And that time was all about eating and fellowshipping and being a family. And so many times our kids have the same volunteers, and it's not because it's bad, it's those are the people are called. But our kids need to know everybody. And so that is a time where as a church body, all of us get together and we invest in the life of a child. And we do that by working on hiding God's word in our heart. It's the time where we're learning those scriptures to be able to test everything we do against. But all the adults, no matter what age, get comfortable with a kid. It doesn't have to be a bunch. To get into God's word and to hide that in their hearts. Sunday night then leaves a piece where we learn who Christ was and what He looked like so that we know whether or not we follow Him. And that's going to follow the studies that the adults are doing. They may be a small study on patience, it may be a huge study on love. Whatever those aspects of Christ that we're studying, we will do as we mimic what the adults are learning as well.
I want to be a ballerina.
Nora, do you know what you want to be when you grow up?
I'd like to be a U.S. Marshal.
So we've got to spend the time investing, whether that means that you're one-on-one with a kid because that's your comfort zone, or you're cutting and pasting with a preschooler, or you're leading a group of 40 in a study. Whatever that means, whatever you're comfortable with, there's a place for you in our children's ministry. My goal is that they'll be able to answer that one question, who do I want to be when I grow up? And it won't be so-and-so's wife or this career, but it will be a follower of Christ and maybe those things as well.